All right, hey everybody, I'm back again. This is the second video in making unresponsive wood yo-yos. My name is Rob, Folks Rob, on the yo-yo forum, obvious reasons. I got a new heater right here. Nice and toasty in here. I am layered up, but still it's like 40 degrees outside right now, so it's nice in here compared to what it used to be. Anyway, back to it. Enough rambling. I have something to show you. This is a cross section of what I have in the chuck right here. This one, I went back and tried to make the walls even thinner. You can see it steps right there. And I made it thinner. I wanted to see how light I could get it. And so I was getting the walls pretty thin and it broke out. So I cut it in half just to show you. But you can see in here right now, I'm gonna drill an axle hole through the middle. Then I'm gonna recess for the guts, and then I need to drill a hole for the nut to go in and be epoxied in, and that's what we'll be doing today. So let's do it. I'd like to say hi to my friend James in Idaho if he's watching, and I'll be making another couple Oreos if anybody wants one in the future. I'm gonna be making a couple more of those. But this, I found out, is this is about 4 millimeters. It's like 5/16 or something SAE, but metric, it's just about 4 millimeters, which is right about the size of the axle that comes in the fluid 3D printing kit that I'm going to be using. So hopefully, let's take that axle out and just verify that this is going to fit and work. Here's the axle from the kit. Oh yeah, nice tight fit. That's what I want. Almost have to screw it in. That's perfect. So I don't want any wiggle room because I want that to add stability, what little there is left of that hole. And also it's going to be a pilot hole for the recessing and the nut hole. So dual purpose. Okay, I don't want to lose this, so let me put it back in here. Here's my heater kicking off. Pretty awesome. It's got a thermostat built in. And it's like about halfway on right now. It's nice and toasty. Okay, so here's the second half of that one. Move in the tailstock, and in she goes. Probably should back that out and get a little of that crap out. I also fixed, I think I got my videos fixed so that you can leave a comment now if you want to. Apparently if you say that the video is okay for kids, then you can't leave a comment. And I just thought, you know, hey, a kid might be interested and want to learn how to make their own yo-yo, so I thought it'd be cool to let kids watch it, but that turned off the comment. So I'm gonna have to make it so where kids will have to get their parents to watch it with them or something. But you know, I do tend to have a potty mouth on occasion, so I'm trying not to for the video, just because whoever's watching it, I don't know. But fair warning, especially if I hurt myself, which that's today. I'm just now healed up from the headstock was turning, my hand slipped and my finger went into the headstock, and it's like having somebody hit your finger with a hammer about 20 times in 1 second is what it felt like. And it just tore my finger up, and it's been about 2 weeks since right before Christmas or so was when it happened, and it's just now healed up, you know, to the point where like it's still tender because it's like all new skin there, but you gotta be careful, and I'm not careful, put it in mildly. Oh, let's reel this in a little. So I got a little bit more room. So yeah, I got a ton of wood, and I got my heater, so I could be out here all day if I want to now, which is amazing. So feel free to hit me up if you're interested in anything custom, or you like something I made, or you just have an idea and you're like, I have always wanted somebody to make a yo-yo like blank. Hit me up, man. Maybe I can make that for you, you know? I mean, I'll give it a shot, you know? I like trying new things and making new stuff, which is why I like doing this so much. Even just trying the different woods is interesting to me, how they cut, all the differences, the smells. Some of them are beautiful, some of them smell horrible. But, you know, it's all cool. So if you do want something, feel free to let me know, and you know, we could talk and see if we can make it happen. I'm willing to do cash or trade usually if it's something that I want. So, you know, feel free to hit me up, and you know, it's always worth an ask. And if you got something that I don't have, then chances are I'll say yeah and pretty much make you what you want. So there it is for you paying attention. Haven't muted me, which you could do that too. So I'm just rambling, doing my thing. I feel a little bit goofier today, so I'm sorry in advance. Probably be some dad jokes coming your way, so mine are notoriously bad dad jokes, so be warned. Okay, so I got that hole. Axle hole is done. Now I need to do the recess for the guts, or the fluid 3D printing kit, with the recess for the silicone response pad and the bearing. I have I was lucky enough and not lucky enough, depending on how you look at it. Just a little goof up somewhere else, packaging line or whatever. I got one of these kits back a long time ago, and it only had one half, this kit, and so it came with one half, the bearing and the two nuts. And so I let Yo-Yo Expert know, and I shot him an email and said, hey, I just got this and it's missing one side. And so they sent me out a new pack, and I asked them if they wanted the old one sent back, and they're like, nah. And so I have a spare one side with the axle and nuts. So while I'm out here in the garage fitting stuff up, or you know, measuring, I have one side. It's worked out pretty nice. I'm sorry for bug in the yo-yo exit guy. That was drill bits. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I dropped my drill bits and then I dropped the little spacer thing I was showing you. I had to find that, but I'm back. So I have the side spacer. This is the guts part of the 3D printer that's I'm going to recess in here. And this is called a Forstner bit. And this is made to drill a hole that is very flush so you could fit something and recess it in very, very nicely. The master Glenn at Spinworthy, when I first was making a yo-yo with this 3D kit, I didn't have this bit and I didn't know how to get that precise, and Glenn told me about this, and lifesaver, man. This thing works so nice. So show you how it works. It's all chucked up in the tailstock. Slowly bring it in. That's probably not deep enough, but yeah, it's about halfway there. Unfortunately, my Forstner bit is not quite the right size. It's just a hair on the big side. I may get a new one, so I don't have that problem. But next time. Almost there. It's nice and smooth. I'm gonna just double check. Making sure that's a nice smooth surface while I'm right there. Okay. And let's go just a tiny bit more. Better to underdo it than overdo it. It's close. Once I get this depth set up, I'm going to see if I can rig it so I have a depth stop, so that I don't have to keep doing this. Hopefully, we'll see. That should do it. She is flush. Flush. Dead on. Okay, so let's see. How can I don't want to have this moving. I need it locked. But let's see, how can I Wonder if I can use this as a depth gauge. I think this will work. Sort of stupid, probably, using my tool rest as a depth stop is probably not the best of ideas, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so that's there, that's there, that's there. Hopefully I could just do that now. Gotta move it out just a little bit more so I can have clearance. Okay, I think that works. Show you if I can real quick. I have my brace here acting as a stop against the chuck to use it as a depth gauge. Yeah. See how she does. Sounds promising. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can get that out now. Well, I guess that doesn't matter because that's a stop no matter what. So, I should be able to move this in and out at that point, right? You'd tell me if I was gonna mess up, I hope. Okay. So there you go. Recessed with the axle hole. Let's see if I can show you how flush it is. And I do have, like I said, a little bit of play in that, but with the axle being nice and snug, that's gonna hold that in place, in theory. It works on this one, which I'll show you. This was my first one I made with the guts. So there's my guts with my bearing and response pads and a string. And my goal is to be able to just take this out, slap on some new sides, and then I have different yo-yo. So that's, with this build, that's my goal, is to have a bigger and a smaller sides that match, that could use the same guts. I bet a bunch of you guys, all three of you, are drooling right now. I have a whopping 10 subscribers now. My son was all excited. Okay, so done there, done there, done there. What was that? That was a small one. So put the next small one in. Okay, let's see how she is. Right there, lock that up. I went in right till the chuck kissed the rest here and stopped it. Hopefully that will give me a repeatable depth. Not too bad. So there's my small halves done. Here are my big boys, which I'd like to even make a bigger set, like 70 millimeter. But I'm working on how, basically, to chuck that, because these don't open quite wide enough for me to do a 70 millimeter straight up. So I'm experimenting with, I made a rim, glued it to the side, so that way if my chuck on this side, I could put it in. Since it can't go on the outside, I could go inside and open up and hold it. And so as long as I keep a little bit of a lip there, I can hold a 70 millimeter. So this is my prototype. And if it works nicely, then I'll probably do a bow coat version same way, so that I can mount it on my chuck and get all the machining done with that, since I do it from this side what I can. And even once I do that side, once I get an axle hole drilled centered, then I could flip it over and use the axle hole as a bolt hole to hold it secure in place on the lathe. So that's what I'm thinking in the future, if this works out as well as I want it to. Okay, so next guy chalked up, and I'm assuming that these are all the same depth and everything. I could be wrong. It looks good. Nice. Stuff looks really cool in here when you see through all the layers, and it looks very cool. But on these ones, they will be covered up. So hello. Oh, that was my wife. It's mail day. So I got red blood cell. Mr. Glenn at Spinworthy picked up with these awesome dudes at MK1 and made a metal red blood cell. Oh, that thing is beautiful. Look at that. Now, the way they hooked me into buying this, their tagline, one of their taglines was that it's possibly the best yo-yo ever for shoot the moon, or something along those lines. And that's how you get me into buying a responsive yo-yo right there. Either finally somebody make a really good 2A looping metal yo-yo. I've been asking for that since I've started back, you know, but even just shoot the moon, which you got to be pretty responsive for that. So I'm looking forward to try this, but I'm going to try that later since I'm out here and working. But along with that, I got a pixel bearing. So I've never had those before, so I wanted to try it out. So, yo-yo day, mail day. Always happy. Okay, back to making. Well, I'm out here and got it set up before I lose track of where I am. This stuff, every once in a while, like that cut, it smells like dill pickles. Yeah, it smells like dill pickles. It's very weird. You can have like a real earthy smell, but every once in a while you hit it and it smells like dill pickles. Bizarre, but it's the way she is. Yeah, I'm liking that. These are going to be nice, unresponsive. Okay, so I got that. Do I have all of them? There. Where is my... Oh, hiding back here. Yep. So, too small, too large. Unresponsive holes cut. Now we need to find out how big the hole needs to be for the nuts. I want to leave a little bit of that axle hole, if I can, for centering purposes and also to keep the nuts from being pulled out of the glue. I want to keep a little tiny piece of wood separating the guts and the nut so that you can't like crank it and just rip the nut out of the glue. That's what I'm going to shoot for. Let's see if we could actually pull it off, but what does that look like? 8 millimeters is about what I need. Let's see what I have. That's about 7. That's 9. About 8. I said 7, didn't I? Pretty sure I said 7. So, let's keep looking. 6. Okay. Let me double check. I mean, if we can go 7. We're gonna go 7. 7 millimeters ish. Maybe be a little tiny snug fit. That would be perfect. Okay. That's in there. This is going to be, need to be very careful so I don't go all the way through it. Which, let me just try to figure something out for that. surely won't go all the way. So I move my rest so that it will hit the chuck again as a depth stop once again. See how she does. All right, hope she doesn't break. See what we got. Oh yeah. There's like 1/8 of an inch or so. See, it's tiny on this side, which is just the size of the axle. Bigger hole here for the nut, so that, yeah, it should be pretty. Let's see if the nut will actually fit. That's a little too much. It's gonna break. I need to make it bigger. Bigger. Let me see. I'll be back. Okay. 8mm. It'll fit. I don't want to get stuck in there. And to push it out now. Okay. That's it. Looks to be it. I'll be happy with that, I think. Okay. Next. I still don't like this chuck. It works, but it's a smaller hole at that end. It's just like 1/16 to an 1/18 of an inch wall to trap the nut. It's exactly what I wanted. So I'll epoxy it in there, but this way it has something it's up against besides just epoxy. So that was my thinking anyway. We'll see if it actually works. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Air compressor. Liking it. Okay. So next will be gluing in the nuts and getting the axle straight and making sure it's all aligned properly. Yeah, so be doing that next, and which I don't think I'll show you. It's just sinking nuts in there and epoxying them in. But I will show you, like, once I get it all done and set up, I'll show you what it looks like. So do that one next.